Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
No! Candace, no, hide the duck stick. The duck stick shall remain. The duck stick for all of us. Happy Good Friday. Happy Black Friday, everyone. Your old pal Bill Tucci here, coming to you live from the studio, from the art table part of the studio. I've got to make a nice video and show everyone it. What my studio looks like, but I have to clean it. Maybe I'll clean it next weekend. Probably not. Before Christmas, I'll definitely clean it. Maybe we'll do like a Christmas tour of the studio. But without further ado, or don't, I'd like to invite my very good friend, the king of Texas, by way of Pittsburgh, Penn, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J.C. Vaughn.
Good evening, Mr. Tucci.
Good evening, Mr. Vaughn.
And good evening to all of our viewers and
yes,
listeners and our listeners at sea.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the. Are you you are the executive vice president?
I am the vice president of publishing for Gemstone.
Vice president of publishing for Gemstone. Excellent. But you are also an fabulous creator in your own right, who has you have a campaign live right now, don't you?
I do. Matter of fact, thank you for asking, Billy. It is both the Kickstarter and the Indiegogo. Kickstarter is in the last 3 hours, and the Indiegogo is in the last 9 hours from a Candleston Company, Crime Scenes. Each of them are very close to stretch goals. The Kickstarter is $141 away from the third stretch goal. The Indiegogo is $155 from the second stretch goal. And that actually will mean that pretty much everybody's getting the same things. It's how it'll work out. Both are funded, and they will do it. I'd love to pull this off. My real goal is if we can hit these. I mean, it's not a lot of money unless you don't have it.
Right. Exactly. So,
but let me just say this: if we do this, I am going to, as soon as the credit cards are approved, I'm not going to wait till I get the money. I'm sending the books to press. Excellent. And my goal is to beat our promised February by a month.
That would be incredible. And then pave the way for the next one, right?
Absolutely. I think that's, the whole thing is we had Rosina's brother had a stroke, and we had to deal with a few things corresponding to that. And a couple of my guys on the end of Vampire PA ended up waiting a really long time, an unacceptably long time for their stuff. Most of the stuff went out early. Just that's my tendency. I always try and get it out early, and I always include an extra comic too. Frequently it's my free comic book day issue or something else that I've done, but I always try to do that. And so now it's aha. Yes.
So now this is 9 hours left. So the Kickstarter has 6 hours left, correct?
Kickstarter has 3.
3. Okay. I apologize. So let's do that.
This ends some weird time in the morning. I don't quite know how I got that actually, which is sort of funny. But the Kickstarter is 3 hours away, and I'm real happy with that. The Indiegogo responded very, very late in the game. A mutual friend of ours who should remain nameless bought your artwork.
Oh, great!
And so. That really brought us up on this one, which was a big plus.
Well, that's fantastic. All right, so let's 3 hours to go. Wow, you are doing far better on Kickstarter than Indiegogo, and I'd like.
Well, what's amazing about that to me, Billy, is that almost overwhelmingly that came in the first 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, and that's without Amanda's art selling, which it hasn't.
You know, the crazy thing is, so here you are, we have 3 hours left. You're over $2,000. What a lot of people don't realize is that, when you ask your minimum, that's your minimum. That is,
Yeah.
you know, just so you can, and for the most part, for the people I speak to, usually it's about just making a goal. So you
one
are
of the
funded. It's
absolutely
you need far more than that.
One of the funniest things about this to me, I took this project on, is because the short stories in crime scenes have never received a decent printing. The guys the publishing company I was working with, there was a bunch of sweethearts back when I did the McCandless trade 109 years ago, and they were just the nicest guys, and I'm still really good friends with the main guy, but I didn't know, it was early in my career. I didn't know enough about printing. I should have rejected the job. I should have looked at it and said, this is crap. I'm not taking it. Yeah. And they left off the inside front cover, they left inside back cover. And pretty much all I could promise the artists who contributed was that I would kick ass and market them and network them and promote them the way I could. It was very early in my career. I didn't have money to spend on it.
Yeah.
And I got some really talented guys that did some great stories and some killer pinups.
Yes.
I mean, like if you can imagine Robert Hack, who was just starting out back then. Now he's the Sabrina guy, and he's done all these great covers, and he has a great noir retro style. He just did a pinup for me. He asked if he could do a pinup. Mark Wheatley did one, and other great stuff like that. You did one for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
And I couldn't at that back in those days, I couldn't say that I could, pay them gazillions of dollars, and all I could promise was I'd get it out there, and then nothing, horrible printing. And I felt bad for all these years. And now I really, that's why I had the low ask on this one. All I want to do is get them printed nicely.
Well, and that really drives you nuts. One of the reasons why we're doing the omnibus edition was because of the definitive sheet, our original omnibus, I guess, if you will. We called it the definitive sheet. Here it is, right here. Was this is in the waning days of a printer. Yeah. And it's a massive book. This is, over 460 pages, same as ours will be, but it was a soft cover. But it was supposed to be in black and white because I didn't know if I could afford a color one because these started out as black and white books. But they botched the printing. They used the wrong files. It printed incredibly dark, and then they went out of business.
I remember that. And you have to understand it. Other than the manga shi, which it was never my cup of tea. I don't know that there's another shi comic that I don't have. But but what I mean is, I remember you telling me how unhappy you were about that. I go, I'll just pass on that one.
Let's just get that out of here.
That's right. And so I'm really excited about this. But to me, the asking for the little bit extra money to do these stretch goals, it's so I can. So if I know the money's coming, I can print them. I can send them to press now, which would be really exciting. Look, we got Candace, we got Heroinberg, we got Crystal,
James. We got some people on Facebook too. Crisis, hello, Crisis. Jonathan Thornhill, Detective Jonathan Thornhill.
Aha!
Yes, is here.
He's the one who
James getting all the love from all the ladies.
Mr. Thornhill's
and Ara.
Mr. Thornhill's the one who got the character from from Haikyo, right?
Yes, he is in Haikyo, that's cool. And he is in and which is nice that we brought him back instead of it being someone else. So now we have, we might have to talk to Mr. Thornhill about John LaBianca having a partner in John Thornhill. I think we have to do that. Now, would you like to play can I play the video? Is it a long video?
It's 1 minute, I think.
Let's play your video and let's see.
All right.
On the Kickstarter. Now, this campaign, guys, for those of you that may not like to buy a Kickstarter, may not pledge on Kickstarter, it's also on Indiegogo, and I could share that as well. But
and it's the same video, except where obviously there is a Kickstarter exclusive cover, which is the one there on the left, and Billy's cover, which is freaking dynamite, is the Indiegogo exclusive cover. Yeah. So if you want Billy's cover, definitely do the Indiegogo one.
And I'll share it too in the comments. Let me see if I can do that. Copy, and I'll paste it. Oh boy, I hate to say it, but I am learning to like this PC.
Well, the next thing you know,
I don't want to like PC.
The next thing you know, you'll be able to hear my phone when you call me.
Ever since I got my new phone, it's amazing how you fixed your phone right after I got my new phone that I can actually hear you. Which is amazing on my new iPhone, whatever the new one. All right, so let's play your video, old chum.
All right.
Surf Rock. Great video. However, I got a question to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Sorry. Why no JCV no JCV dialogue, no narrative.
You know what? Part of it was I was unsure of the timing of when we were going to do this. I wanted to go either before or after Haikyo, quite honestly. And when you delayed, I had to be ready.
I'm sorry.
Well, no. Seriously. Let's be clear about this. I'm pretty much freaking thrilled to be the editor on this book that requires no editing. And
it does.
and no, it requires proofreading, and Old Cap is excellent at that. He catches the same things I do plus 2 or 3, which is always good. Every once in a while I catch something he doesn't. My suggestions might come in like we should rephrase a word balloon or something like that. I know I did a couple of those on Return of the Warrior, and it's really seriously. I'm so excited about that, and of course I'm excited to be writing the next She.
Yes. Well, I got to tell you, I think we're in great company with Steve. Now, Steve Peros, the writer of She Haikyo, will serve as editor of She Haikyo alongside Jason Oda.
No. Not of Haikyo.
Oh, of Grit Gatecrasher.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. She Gatecrasher, and it will be edited. Stephen Peros has agreed to be the editor on that while he's working on, because we've got some earth-shattering news at the end of Haikyo.
And it's a great thing to leave things hanging. Then we come in with our one shot, and then you guys come back with the 3rd chapter of the trilogy. Yeah,
and our one shot is going to be all. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, but it's going to be. Oh, Jimmy's a backer. Is that Jimmy Palmiotti backed your book?
Jimmy did back the book, and so did Patrick Wedge. So did Patrick Wedge and Paper Films as a whole, man. Yeah, absolutely. And people and I believe one Deborah Tucci backed it.
Yes.
And in all seriousness, man, everybody's been really great. And unlike television, crime comics are a hard sell. It's not like superhero stuff. It's not like ninjas. It's not like giant aliens. It's not like robots. They're crime comics. It's a hard sell. When you get an audience, if you treat them well, they'll come back.
Yes.
And that's what I'm aiming. That's what I'm aiming for.
Well, yeah, because you're I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say way ahead of the game, but you're in an incredible position. As you said, you are ready to go to press as soon as this campaign ends.
Yeah.
And you are slated to ship in February.
Yeah.
But
so my goal is to have everything out. Literally I'll be packing if we do this right, and if I hit the printer window right, because don't forget they'll be closed for a few days.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, my goal is to be out by mid-January.
Excellent.
And best case would be shipping the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. Excellent. No, we're not. I'm not. No, Gatecrasher is okay. So here's our schedule, Nicholas. Gatecrasher is She Haikyo is scheduled to ship in April. Our goal is to send that book to the printer come Christmas time. and have that book printed in January and fulfill it in February, 2 months ahead of time, like Jeff is doing, like JC is doing. Then we launch our She Omnibus Edition, which is, you know, the 464-page hardcover premium formatted collection of She, The Way of the Warrior, and and Tomoe.
And and also the She versus Tomo issue.
Yes, and the She versus Tomo issue, the 48-pager, and the same as written the Tomo book, which the Tomo series laces in between the She Way the Warrior series.
Literally, one of the issues is the same issue in both series.
Yes, it's called Tomo number 1 is She number 6.
I just, you know, I remember when you told me that was coming, you know, and I probably am still just as geeked out about that as I was back then.
Well, it's great because these two characters who love each other, they were college roommates and all, are coming, college friends, they weren't roommates, are coming to a head. And you're told that story from both perspectives. And,
and they are in it. Listen, I think what you achieved by that point is they were, in the readers' minds, they were already inexorably linked.
Yes.
And so having that bit where the one issue crosses between the two the series and the miniseries, aside from the marketing genius of it, the storytelling aspect of it really appealed to me at the time. And like I said, I think I'm maybe even more geeked out about it now.
Well, you know, we were really firing on all cylinders at the time. And I remember because we wanted to tell, so at the end of She, The Way of the Warrior number 5, for those of you who read it, and that was the book that really turned the corner for us. Everything really clicked.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something so wonderful. The coloring, Top Cow did our coloring for us. And the books, and then the issues just started to just come out like wildfire then. And it ended with the Narin 6 being brought in, the Narins to hunt this Sohai warrior. And the Narins and the Kyoto Sohai have been enemies since, I don't know, 1200 AD in Japan.
Oh, I thought it was like 1964.
No, 65 maybe. So some, the Narins are more like Stones fans, and the Kyoto Sohai were more like Beatles fans. So that's really what kicked it off. And there was also what very few people know, JC, is that there's also the Nagasaki Sohai. But they were huge Jerry and the Pacemakers fans, so nobody cares about them.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. So anyway,
not Rory storming the Hurricanes, huh?
Right. So anyway, so we wanted to tell the story because, okay, for instance, we had a character called Gojira, and Gojira was this giant hulking Narin warrior, and the way I was drawing him was very terrifying, big, imposing, really scary looking, and just massive. Amanda drew him from the point of view of the Sohai War, of the Narins, and he was best friends and looked after the why is this escaping me? The child's name. The young Kyoto warrior, the young Narin warrior who was an archer, and he was a gentle giant, but he was just doing war. He's on the side of the French against the British, during Napoleonic times. These are just line soldiers. These are just, the Germans of World War I. Here's the guys on
Billy,
there's on the Western Front. You got the British on the other side, the Americans, and these guys just drafted into this war. And it told a really incredible perspective. And I thought Dan Mishkin did an amazing job writing it.
Well, that's a little bit of no surprise.
Yes.
When your editor, Gary Cohn, who of course is a great writer and for many years writing partners with Dan, brought him in for that. It was a great fit. And of course, Amanda, had not gone on yet to be the Amanda Connor, but the artwork
she was that Amanda Connor.
But the artwork was already great.
Oh yeah.
Now I got to say something here. It's up the scroll a little bit, but Nicholas Gear has a really good comment.
Y'all already drawing Gatecrasher?
No. It says Gatecrasher sounds like it's going to be a lot like She Cyblade.
Wait a minute. Who said that?
I don't think I said that.
Is this guy a genius?
I don't think I said that. Did you say that?
Anything.
I don't think you said that.
Anything.
I'm taking the Sergeant Schultz approach here, man.
Oh, here we go. So yes, I know nothing. But it's going to be a hoot. And no, I have not started drawing it. Old Bean, did you see the new pages? Do you see 42 and 43?
Oh,
And
no,
then Garden.
I saw your notes, but no, I actually didn't see the page.
Oh, there's a link to the page. I'll send it to you. Garden, like, wait a minute, the windows are different in this from the way we've been drawing them. And I'm like, no, this is sort of a design element because you're going to be looking in from the ruin. You'll be inside the ruins, looking out to seeing what's happening outside. But for a design element, I made the windows closer so the panels could all be together. And Gardenia was like, "Wait a minute! What?"
I like that he's. I like that he's.
Do this? Like, just finish. Do it.
I like that he's paying attention.
Yes, exactly. So, but I love. Oh, I'll say I don't want to.
So yeah, back to that answer though. No, Billy has not started drawing Gatecrasher yet. I wrote an early draft of the first 6 or 7 pages. We've gone back and forth, built the story we want to build. I've plotted out. We have some very, very interesting elements. We have some. Can we say very interesting guest stars?
Yes, we can.
Okay, there's some very interesting guest stars.
I think we have earth-shattering guest stars,
and but not Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes, not. But oh my God, could we license Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yeah, or at least Philip Bailey to do Easy Lover with Phil Collins.
Yes. Oh no. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away.
No. And hey, as much as we're talking about
it, and it's a May release. It's a May launch. So Gatecrasher will be launched in May. And our goal is that book will be completely penciled, inked, and colored by the time we go live with it. All you'll need is you guys to help us get it printed. And we will be ready to boom that out. And by that point, Billy and Steve and Gardenia will be on to the conclusion part of the trilogy. Yes.
But with that said, Billy, there's a couple of your things that we need to talk about that aren't so forward looking. They're actually right now. You guys just started offering a new offering of the last 200 copies of A Child Is Born.
Yeah, somebody wait a minute, hang on real quick. I'm actually doing the cover. Mighty Joe, when is the rough cut being added to the campaign? Wednesday. I'm drawing the cover right now.
As we speak,
I'm drawing it. So Wednesday it will be released. And the cool thing is that book's already done. That's awesome. Yeah, so Wednesday, look out for Wednesday. Got My Return to the Warrior, would love to do a live unboxing with you guys. Oh, great, thank you. Okay, I will check that for sure. Sometimes on Twitter, I don't see a lot of the DMs because sometimes I'll get like 20 of them in a day. But I'll look at over this weekend, and that would be great. Would you want me to be on the unboxing? Like, what if you hate it? Oh, but you know what? That makes good copy, doesn't it, Old Bean?
Well, you know, no PR is bad PR.
That's true. Okay. So,
but let's talk about.
If y'all need a background character, my creator-owned character would be launching as soon as Billy does the cover. All right, let's talk. Nicholas, we will talk, buddy.
I'm not saying we'll talk, but we'll talk.
We'll talk. All right. So yes, if I may now, let's jump and see again, guys. We have McCandless and Company Crime Scenes. There's only 3 hours left for you Kickstarter people. Please back it. It's an incredible campaign.
And just real quickly,
you got Billy.
I mean, honestly, if we can just get there, if we can just get there, and we're talking minimal amounts here, 141 on Kickstarter, 155 on Indiegogo. If we can get there, I will print these things early, and I'm not even waiting for the money come in. Just as soon as the credit cards are approved, I'm doing it.
Excellent. And I actually I invited Soloff onto this stream.
Oh,
but I guess he's, well,
it's 3 hours earlier there. He's probably in his siesta.
Yeah, probably having a siesta. Let's see what this says. Billy Tucci, can you put different editions in the add-ons to avoid multi-backing? Yes. Deborah's cooking. Debbie hasn't cooked in. Well, she's been cook. She does cook, but she hasn't because of the fulfillment. She hasn't cooked in weeks. And
yes, the cooking was not very fulfilling.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I will do that. I want to add everything to the add-ons, and also CrowdOx, who we're working with, they're going to have everything as add-ons at the end too of the campaign. But let's go, if we may, to My Child Is Born. And someone had asked, how many do we have left?
The last count I heard was 200, Billy. Is that correct?
We started with 200. I think we have 100. I think we blew over. We've sold 100 of them already.
Holy crap! Then I need to order another one, because I got to tell you, my mom, who has read precisely 2 graphic novels ever, she read Enemy Ace War Idol, which she admitted was very good, even though it wasn't her cup of tea. She admitted it was very good. And then yours, which she genuinely loves. And I think I mentioned this to you the other day. You called and I didn't pick up the phone because I was on the phone with her and she was talking about A Child Is Born. So for her to be talking about a graphic novel that came out a couple of years ago is amazing. And she just gave it to the mom of these little girls that live down the street, and apparently was very well received.
Excellent. What is this? Is this my Wiki? Oh, no, here we go. Okay. Well, if I may, I'd love to play the trailer for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
Right now. So basically, next year is the 10th anniversary of A Child Is Born.
It's the second time you've done that one.
I know. I did it last night, Wednesday night. And we have 200 books left of the original
100
edition. We have no comics left, really, that I know
of. This is the hardcover we're speaking of now.
Yeah, the hardcover gift edition, which is 30 pages. It's a super premium format. Here it is right here. Whoop.
It is a wonderful book.
And I'm so proud of this book. And I got to tell you, Old Bean, I truly felt the hand of God guiding mine when I did this.
Billy, I got to tell you, I had zero problem walking into my church and showing that to my pastor and other people there, and everyone who looked at it loved it. And
this is who our Mary is Alyssa, who's now a beautiful mother of her own. But again, this is 9 years ago. She's Lauren's college roommate.
That's great.
And Debbie's like, Alyssa would make a beautiful Mary. So like, Alyssa, would you be Mary? And she's like, sure. And I think I'm going to do a thing with fun, like behind the scenes. I'll do an update.
Oh yeah.
I have so many behind the scenes photos and all. And but
dude, that'd be great. Do you think that you'll do a new printing of the comic for the 10th anniversary?
Oh yeah, for the 10th. We're going to do a 10th anniversary edition. I want to do behind the
scenes. But this is the end of the first printing.
This is the last of our first printing. So again, these books are 10 years old, 9 years old. We've had them,
they are, but let's be clear. Let's be clear, Billy. They are uncirculated.
They're uncirculated, and this is how they come. So they're bagged and boarded, and not bagged. They're shrink wrapped, so they've never seen the light of day.
They've never been exposed to air.
Never been exposed to air. So, Candace,
let's show the video.
Well, if you guys can go, it's very easy, and this also helps the Una Fund because Una finished chemotherapy, her 6th chemotherapy, but now, oh my God, it's so expensive. We're like I don't know, 15 grand in debt for her, but now though we're going to be going to Yale. We're not going to Yale because it's just too much of a trip, but we'll be ordering Yale Medical University. Yale Medical has a program where they have it's like I want to say 90% positive results where they are taking cancer from the dogs and the dogs are creating their own antibodies, which will be for humans, that humans will be able to create their own antibodies to cure cancer, to fight. Your body fights the cancer, and your body, your own antibodies defeat the cancer. So Una, though, we have to deal with Una now next to try to cure her, which which we will, but that's another $1,200. So we're like, oh, it's getting so expensive, but she's my wife's favorite child.
And here's the thing. I know that how much you guys love Una. It's very evident. And she you for that matter. But here's the funny part. Did you ever think you would be spending this much money on a dog?
If it was a cat, no.
But that's where we go. That's the one area we go the other direction in, man. Because I'm a cat guy.
Really, not me. Not me. We have 2 cats, and I had my meatball cat. My cat that my stray that I took in, and he had he had something with his eye. His eye was like popped out, and I took him in, and he became our cat. And he lived a long time. Meatball was our outdoor cat.
Yeah,
and just some.
I've always been hesitant to do a cat up here in New York. When I was growing up in Texas, I always had cats, but they were indoor outdoor. and I'm a little afraid of the outdoor cats here.
Yeah. Well, Meatball was an outdoor cat, and I brought him in, and yeah, that's what we were worried about with Debbie's cat, Keisha, that she had when she graduated college. You know what they have, feline leukemia. They're not, they're not, they're not,
robust.
They're not, they don't have their vaccines or anything like that. Una is a Shiloh Shepherd, Eric, and it's Oona, like Una Chaplin. And she's a Shiloh Shepherd, and she's perfect except for that bloody cancer that she had. But hopefully it's all cut out and it's all gone.
And she took to having 3 legs a lot faster than we imagined.
Yeah, she's our tripaw. We had to have her rear left leg amputated. But
in the end, that's probably going to be what saves her, Billy.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You had to do it. So here's our books. We have 3 tiers. We have the regular gift edition for $20. It all comes signed. And then I'm doing a limited amount of remarked editions. Well, I'll do a picture of Mary, or I'll do the 3 wise men coming through. And then, of course, we have our premium linen stock lithograph, which and all of them come signed by me. And we're shipping them out Monday. We start shipping them out on Monday.
Out a whole new door.
Way before Christmas.
You're taking them out a whole new door.
A whole new door. But if I may, I'd like to play the trailer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
By my friend Del Cullum, an amazing artist in his own right. But let's give it a shot. It's out of this world, Jeff.
It's out of this world.
Soloff.
I really wish he had come on because
I know.
His eyes are just great, man.
Yeah.
Up till that point, I think that was one of the best faces he ever did.
Yeah.
It's a great page too.
Paul Mount's amazing colors.
He really came through on that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just beautiful.
Oh, I love doing this book. I so love doing this book. I really did.
Well, I remember when you took it on, and you had the fire in you, man. I absolutely recognized it.
I loved it. I love doing this book. Let's quit out of that. And the greatest story ever told has a beginning. But the amazing thing, and Old Bean, you know this, in those 2 paragraphs in Luke and Mark, which it comes out to be roughly 2 paragraphs of of the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
You've got every story element that a formulaic story element that everyone tells you need to write a story.
Yeah.
Let's start with, you have love, then you have awe, you have fear, you have your villain with
you have jealousy. You have insecurity. You have nobility. I mean, seriously,
you
you
have
can
doubt.
Doubt. You look at what Mary. You look at what Mary is going through. You look at what Joseph is going through.
Yeah,
and all of those things. And this is where you realize, if you've read the Bible, okay, I'm not even talking about believing right now. Okay. I mean, to be clear, I do, but I'm not talking about it in that sense.
right.
I'm literally saying that if you just look at it analytically, it will remind you that there are no new stories. There's just new takes on stories.
Yeah.
Because human motivation has never changed. Corruption, honesty, jealousy, ambition, all of these things.
But even like doubt, like I said, like the thing, here's Joseph now. Now Joseph is, here's this young girl, and Mary was maybe 15 years old or so, which was not, that was the time.
Not super young,
2,000 years ago. But here she is, an unwed mother, or
unwed mother to be.
An unwed mother to be. And then the scene and then now here's Joseph, her betrothed, and now can he go through with this? How, that she should be cast out. She could be stoned to death, and all this, and how he then he's visited by the angel of the Lord, and we have the scene with Mary going to see Elizabeth, her cousin, with John the Baptist in the belly, and then there's Herod, of course, and Herod wants to.
And that's why I wish my children. That's why I wish Soloff had been on tonight, because he had the visuals of him as Herod. Like I said, now I think you've done better stuff since then, but honestly, I think that face was the most killer face you had done to that point in your career.
I know.
I mean, it's 9 years ago, so you've done a bunch of stuff since, but it just like, and then that close up on the eyes, man.
Yeah, and he is just cruel. He's a monster. That's what he is. He's
speaking of Herod, not Soloff.
No, Herod, not Soloff. Soloff's an affable chap. But Soloff, I don't know if we gave Soloff some cigars and some scotch.
So hang on a second. How do people get this? Because it's not on Indiegogo.
No, it's on BillyTucci.com. If you guys wouldn't mind, you can go there. We've sold, there's 200 copies, 200 editions available, the last 200, and we've gone through 100 of them.
Holy crap. That's great.
Yeah, so if anybody wants, I posted the thing here. I am ignoring our Facebook friends.
You shouldn't do that. And I saw you flash it on the screen, but I wanted to give the shout out to Don Shin.
Hey, Don, how you doing, buddy? Yes, Old Bean. We have Jane Sanchez is on Facebook. Luke sent me a message. Oh, that's a lot.
By the way, during the video, I did check. And
Luke, I will get back to that and read that because I can't read it right now.
And I just like to say that Detective
Thornhill just backed both covers.
I was just going to say Detective Thornhill had backed McCandless.
Oh, thank you so much. Clayton Merwin, our brother, how you doing? Mike Kelly, what's happened to Mike Ellison? Mike Ellison, one of the newest Crusaders, who has taken his own time to come over to my house and help Debbie fulfill.
That's great.
Him and Phil Kellison.
I mean, in all seriousness, the team of people that we've had doing this, have been so many enthusiastic volunteers.
Yeah.
And it's not like they weren't compensated with pizza, but that's not exactly money.
Well, it was also we also got more than we got salads. We got
I know, but you get what I'm saying. You guys were not doing it. They were not doing it because you were giving them food. They were doing it because they love the book and they're good. Right. They're good folks. So just a quick follow up. We're now $84.
I'm going to get to that. I wanted. Let me get to that. Hang on.
That's on the Kickstarter.
On the Kickstarter. Say no more. Say no more. Let me refresh.
You're very refreshing.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Old Bean. Oh, I did refresh it. Sorry, before I went on.
Yep.
I thought I did that.
So
all right.
2 hours to go.
2 hours to go, guys. If you guys can, and I get it, it's the silly season. Please share the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo. They're both there. I don't know, Old Bean, if you want to, or Heroinberg, if you wouldn't. Oh, Heroinberg is adding the Indiegogo and the Kickstarter campaign. So if you guys wouldn't mind going on to just, it's a fantastic book by one of the really great guys in comics, and it deserves to have 20 times this amount of money. But if it's just the beginning, let's do it then.
Thank you very much. It is just the beginning.
Just back McCandless and added the 9.8.
Oh man, thank you so much.
Nicholas.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you. Let's see if I can refresh it, unless I already did refresh it. I think that's what I did. Old Bean, I refreshed it before I got back on because I'm just impatient.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool. Like Niall's able, when Niall runs a show, he'll refresh something live, and then you see how much, and I'm just not Niall Scala.
Okay. Listen. So what that does is on the Indiegogo, we're now $85 away, and on the Kickstarter, we're $74. So I mean, this is great.
Exceptional. I mean, and you got great perks, great covers. Matt Bush, you have Amanda Connor, you have Bill Tucci.
It's really funny. I was actually ragging on how insane.
I love that cover.
How insane you've made me about the Matt Bush cover. Because 2 days before the thing closes, you go, you should make that glow in the dark. And I was like, it's perfect idea. Too late. But
how cool. Well, you know what? We can do the McCandless and Company, collected edition and have a glow in the dark cover. When we do that, that's absolutely a consideration. And I will tell you that it actually might work better thematically on if we do a vampire PA glow in the dark. Yes. Even better. I think it actually works, but it's more apropos.
Like I say, thematically, it might work better for that. This illustration would have been badass.
I think it does. Well, let's see how the thing now, if I may go to my campaign.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, we spent all this time on mine, but we really need to get to the big gun here.
For Black Friday, we are now, let me share my audio, and we have, let's see if I put it up.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got to really start pushing my own stuff more. All right, so here we are. Wow. Oh, 49,000. Wait, we're more than that. This is me from Wednesday night, right?
It's got to be like Wednesday morning.
Well, let's see. Let me refresh it.
There we go.
All right, so I did it right.
It's awesome. All right, so we're at 57, 726.
Yeah, so we have a Black Friday special, which I did. We have our prints. It's 11 by 17 print. I can get one of the Return of the Warrior prints if you'd like. But it is, and this is just a mock-up, but Mike Renzini was able to cut out Brian Miller's beautiful Sakura Moon.
Great Renzini.
Yes, the great Renzini. And I'll be drawing a little illustration in here like that and signing him, of course. So that's that, and we've unlocked 2 stretch goals. 2, yes, and we've already unlocked. We're making the book now.
Right. I got it. Sorry to interrupt, Old Bean, but here's the thing. Anything that makes this book longer, which normally I'm like, no, tell the story. Anything that gives us more story in this book is freaking great, because as I've said, and as Mr. Peros has quoted already, which makes me happy, this is the Godfather 2 of She Comics. Okay, yeah. If you've got Return to the Warrior already, if you have it, you already know that it's the best She comic ever. This one's better.
I think it is better. And now
it is.
The pages we added are all more action at the.
Let me ask you something. In the 25 plus years that you have known me, and that's scary to say, isn't it?
Yes.
But in that time, have you ever known me to be prone to hyperbole?
No.
I'm not. I am not. I don't say this is the best.
That's why I'm skeptical about it now.
And well, you should. It's why you should believe it now.
I do believe. Yes, absolutely, I do. So no, but no, I am so proud of this story, of this book. I have 2 more pages. I'm redrawing pages. The double page spread, the massive double page spread of 44 and 45. I had to redraw pages 42 and 43, and then that led me to redrawing pages 44 and 45. I just had to do it. And but we've unlocked now. The book is now 56 pages. We've also everyone gets your trading card. You get a gold metallic Sakura Moon trading card right here. And now for the first time ever, Old Bean, if we hit our $60,000 goal, and we over 57.
We're going to do that this weekend.
All right, we're almost at $58,000.
I have spoken. 60, we are doing that. Come on, we can do that.
Yeah. Everyone gets their first ever she tattoo. Yes.
And let's be clear that it's a temporary tattoo for those of us that don't want permanent one.
Say that. Yes, it's a temporary tattoo. But yeah, so if you guys wouldn't mind, and the Black Friday, I love doing these little sketches. I love drawing on them. I just love it. It's something that's and I love doing a remark because someone's getting it. Just like the remarks when a child is born. It's like I'm drawing this for someone. Yeah,
I think that's the part of the thing about that's really cool is that everybody's getting something that is not, the thing that it's on is mass manufactured.
Right.
But the individual thing is you're doing that. Billy Tucci's drawing that for them. And that's really phenomenal. I would like to right here say that this goal is really achievable. It's really achievable by tomorrow if we really try. Here's what I would like everybody to do that cares about she, that's listening or watching right now. And that's this. Share this link with people. And whether you're talking about McCandless and Company, which is small fish compared to this project, which is taking is causing work for so many of us. It only succeeds if people share the links out there.
Yes. And if you guys wouldn't mind doing that, that would be tremendous. It would help us out so much. There's our hardcover edition. Again, our glow in the dark is there.
Yeah, you got to scroll down to the glow in the dark because we were talking about.
I love the glow in the dark because the glow in the dark is cheaper than the hardcover, but it costs more to make it.
Who did the cutout for the process?
Wes Hartman.
Wes, yeah,
Colors,
great.
Yes. Yep.
Wes has colored a lot of stuff for you. He's colored for me. Matter of fact, he's colored your stuff for me.
Yeah, an amazing job, and he did the t-shirt's going to be cut out by Wes. So
I just supported his thing that closed up, Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch, brilliant idea. That we have to send someone into outer space, and who do? They send Sasquatch. It's just like that appeals to me. I mean, Zombie Proof is a locksmith who fights zombies. Vampire PA is an HVAC repairman who fights vampires. So sending Sasquatch into space, man, that's right up my alley. Heck yeah, dude. So we have I'm just so look at these Brian Miller colors. Look at
dude,
this.
Okay, how many times can I talk about this page? Well, we haven't found out yet how many times I can talk about she driving. First off, Arashi's reaction.
It works though. It works.
Arashi's reaction, and I think we've already discussed this on the air before, but we're changing where he's screaming truck. We're changing that to Japanese.
Yes. But even though it's going to be assumed that they're speaking Japanese, I think you'll get it. So I don't think
it'll have Japanese. Well, that's the great thing about comics, man, because the visual language includes the words that our brain is interpreting. And so it will actually flow different when we say these are Japanese kanji.
Yeah.
But also the great Speed Racer pose there in panel 3.
Thank you. That's totally Speed Racer. So
it's just, I mean, this may be my favorite page in the book, though there's other with more important reveals and things like that. I don't want to take away from them, but there's just something so freaking kinetic about this page, and it's so emotive that I just adore it.
See, I love this page. I love that page as well, but I love this panel.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Because at the end of the book, the entire I'll tell you
Don't ruin the book. Do not ruin the book.
The final battle goes down into the caverns beneath the ruins of Roosevelt Island. And what it is that they are illuminated by thousands of Japanese lanterns. That's the light source. And
so the lighting is very different. And Brian Miller has adjusted accordingly, and Gardinio and Billy on the artwork adjusted accordingly. Yeah. And it's just killer stuff.
Absolutely is. Oh, the only thing better would be matching cards. I don't, set that all have. Oh, they would be so expensive. I don't even know how we'd be able to afford that to do it. I'm crazy to do.
I'd like to say this right now. I'd like to be in a position financially where that wasn't a problem.
Old Bean, James Sanchez. Thank you, James.
Thank you, James Sanchez.
Project. So I'm going to stop my screen. Let's go to yours. We're not going to stay on long. We all have got things to do. I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then maybe finish watching season 4 of The Crown with the wife tonight.
We finished that. We finished that yesterday, Billy. We watched it in one day.
I love. Do they? But they don't talk about the Iranian embassy, right?
No, they didn't. And that was a little disappointing considering the time. Oh, we're up to with
wait. Say no more. Did I refresh it? I think I did again. Kickstarter refreshes itself.
It does.
Okay.
So let me tell you this. On Indiegogo, we are $23 away. And on Kickstarter, we are $57 away from another stretch goal. This is very exciting.
So you're just $50 away from your next stretch goal, which is
57. Well, what that will be on basically the 2 stretch goals will bring, other than the Indiegogo exclusive and the Kickstarter exclusive, the 2 stretch goals will bring each of them up to where everybody's getting the same stuff.
Excellent.
And that will be including the 2 mini prints, one of your cover art and one of James Nelm's cover art for the McCandless and Company Insecurities cover, which is just gorgeous. And then also that Matt Bush cover of Crime Scenes, which was previously unannounced.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
And I got to say, it's very exciting because, like I said, if I can hit these dollar values, I'm going to press as soon as the credit card's clear, which, on Indiegogo is right away. And on Kickstarter, we'll know in a week. So I will already be at press waiting for them to say everything's cool.
Excellent.
And then I'll give them a credit card for the rest and wait for my money to get here as it does. I got to say, let's go back to Return of the Warrior here, Billy. One of the things that to Haikyo, one of the things I wanted to ask you about that we've sort of touched on before, but I'd like to drill down on it for a minute here. And that is, how did you make the decision to go forward in time 15 years, the same 15 years that had passed for you and me, when you decided to bring She back? Because we had all sorts of opportunities in the intervening years, after the time we finished Junen, to do more, and we didn't. Why?
Right. I got to tell you, and believe it or not, my wife has never looked more beautiful to me than she does today. And, she's a mother of 2, and I just love the idea of a comic book character growing up. I want something that to have this character, that she isn't this 23-year-old Anjouine, who's
Ingenue?
life dance. What did I say? Did I say it wrong?
You said Anjouine.
No, I didn't. Did I?
I swear.
No. It's these damn Red Claws. My third one. That's what it is.
Red Claw?
Red Claw. Hard seltzer.
I thought it was White Claw.
Oh, White Claw. I can't even read it.
Maybe you've had 3, Billy.
I had 3. So, anyway, so I just love the idea of a comic character grows up, to have the maturity, to have now your hero, though, has something so much more at stake, is that her whole focus is to save her daughter.
Yeah, it literally, we go back to Return of the Warrior, and the initial motivation is revenge. The conflict, the internal conflict, comes from the duality of faith with her Sohai experience versus her Christian experience. Right. And then, she's out there, she's killing, she's out there taking revenge.
Yeah.
And she goes on that path. Lots of interaction with Joe LaBianca and Pete Denise. And I think it's an incredible tale. This one is not alien to this, but it is this person grown up.
Yes. And that's exactly what it is. I'm going to move this over here. I just want to thank you, Joe Lalonde. How you doing? Sal Rivas, my pal. Good to see you. I'm missing all the Facebook comments and stuff. They scroll by so fast.
Well, why don't you check on them? And I'm going to say this for a minute. So, all right. So the next stretch goal is 60,000. We're just shy of 58,000 right now.
Yep.
So there's no reason that if we share this around and make sure our friends know about it and give it our blessing and our recommendations, that we can't get to that 60 by tomorrow sometime. even though the weekends are a little slow, and even though there's people out doing holiday shopping, Christmas shopping, Hanukkah shopping right now. I think that we are. Oh, thank you, Heroinberg.
Thank you, Heroinberg.
I got to say that the whole thing that's so exciting about this is that this is overwhelmingly so far. This is people who have got Return of the Warrior and want to buy in for more.
Oh, I hope so. I hope they liked it.
Dude, listen to me.
I'm really proud.
Nobody who got that comic can say that they didn't get something. It's got, I don't mean dense like it's hard to read. I mean, it's packed with stuff. Steve really pushed you on the story. You in turn really pushed Gardenillo on the artwork. You guys really found a great synergy together. And what a lot of people don't know is that on Return of the Warrior, you had redrawn 25 pages.
Yes.
Okay. To me, that signified your commitment to the thing. And I think that doing a double page spread, which is sort of toward the end, really will tell people that you're not just, you are very far from phoning this in. You've been, I think, more creative on this project than any of the She stuff I know, and partially because I know what's coming. Yeah. I know you're dropping a bomb in this one that no She fan is going to want to miss.
Oh, I know. They're going to flip. And again, just like this, like all of our, we have a choice, I don't know, a couple of hundred hardcovers left over, but the soft covers are all sold out. Thanks, Candace. And that's the thing, is that once these books are done, they're done. We will do, like, in comic shops next year, hopefully in late 2021, to break these down to different issues and all. But if you want the original first printing, this is how they come, and you can only get it through Indiegogo or the Kickstarter with the other campaign. And I just love the idea of this Joni Bros's cover. I just think she makes a beautiful She.
We've been fortunate over the years working your booth to have a lot of great She cosplayers come by.
Yeah,
but I mean, some of them have been really great. I know that we've featured some of the photographs of some of them before, but never on a cover.
No.
And man, this is a great sentence to drive linguists crazy. She is a great She.
She is. She's a beautiful She, and she's coming onto our show. So I got an email from Michael Davis. For those of you who know Michael Davis, of the legendary Michael Davis,
co-creator of the Milestone line of comics, creator of the Motown line of comics.
Absolutely. And Michael is coming on at 9 p.m. on Monday on the Pop XP. But at 8 p.m., Joni Brosses is coming on, our cover girl.
That's really cool.
So that's gonna be fun to get all the insights.
I would take it with the accuracy of that one, that she's done other cosplay too.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, she's a superstar.
Well, see, I it's really funny. I know enough to admire the ones that succeed, but I don't know a lot about the cosplay world. I know that they bring a lot of atmosphere to conventions on the plus side, and on the negative side, they stop in front of your booth and pose for photos.
I know. That's right.
But honestly, look at that. I mean, she first off, she's just beautiful. Secondly, it's an accurate version of your character, which is just, I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
What do you feel like when you see somebody do that as a creator,
God,
man?
It makes my whole day. Silver Ogre had asked, her costume is great and the photo is shot well, but what is that on her chest? She has there's scars. And she's very, she's very open about it. And if you tune in on Monday, maybe we'll ask her about them. It's some sort of condition, and they hurt. They hurt. They're very painful for her. And but it's like a wound on her. I know there's a name for it or something, but we'll bring it up. I'll ask her if she's into it, if she wants to talk about it. She's usually very open about it, and it's amazing. That she does do these amazing cosplays and things like that, and she's fearless.
Well, I just said the fearless element of it is maybe is what comes through in her eyes in this. If you look at her eyes, one of the reasons I think that she's She is if you look at the eyes in this, and when you see a beautiful woman, that may not be the first thing that occurs to most people, but look at the eyes about the portrayal of the character, and she's not playing a character that's all covered up. She's not hiding this thing that she's gone through or had, whatever.
Yep. Comics Gator. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the She Way of the Warrior omnibus will be released. There is one. There is not one now. It will be released in March of 2021. 464 pages. Massive.
And it's going to be massive. It's going to be great. If somebody's looking for them until then, you can find from back issue stores volumes 1 through 4 of The Way of the Warrior, which collect the original series. But there's also a Tomoe trade paperback.
Yep.
They're harder. Some of the volumes are harder to track down than the others. And so, hanging out and getting this one is probably the way to do it. Though, Billy, how do people get the Return of the Warrior hardcover that are still around at this point?
It's on the campaign. There is a level where you can actually buy that. See, here it is. See the hardcover edition.
Okay.
So you can get the hardcover edition. We have 300 of them left. So I know.
Apparently, you have 295 of them left.
Old Bean, we're a week in on this campaign, right? We're just over a week, and our Indiegogo campaign for Haikyo hit. We were just over $58,000, so we are just shy of hitting in 1 week.
I thought it was
a little over a week than we did with the entire, before we went into demand, the campaign. So thank you guys for that. So anyway, so if you guys don't mind, we've been on for a while, Old Bean, over an hour. I wanted to go 45 minutes to an hour. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining us today. Not photoshopping that out. Is that? Oh yeah, we're not. That's who she is, and I'm even if she wants me to Photoshop it out, I wouldn't. For Joni, for her scars, because I think they're beautiful, and I think and her too. And I really admire her for the type of human being she is. She's amazing, and she's incredibly talented, and it's just a privilege to have her to be our Joni. So if you guys can join us, and she's adorable. You got it. She's so fun. And she'll be on Monday evening, 8 p.m. So if you guys will join us Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll see the one, the only, the fearless Joni Broses. So, all right.
I want to say a couple things real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
First off, thank you very much for having me on. I know that you do this all the time, but I really appreciate it. It obviously made a big difference here tonight on McCandless and Company. We're dollars away from each of the stretch goals. And that's really phenomenal, man. I appreciate it. Secondly, I think that the more people that see, and obviously it seems to be going very well, this offering of the remaining 200 copies of A Child is Born, one of the things I'm most proud to have worked on in my career. It is just a beautiful, beautiful telling of the story, and the artwork's killer. I know what you personally put into it, and I'm excited to see people seeing it again. I can't believe it's 10 years, man. That just seems like that's flown.
I know, is it crazy?
Seems like that has flown by.
Yep.
So
So if you guys don't mind, we have 200 copies of this left.
No, you have 100 left.
That's right, maybe 100 now. Yeah, it was a big day, and we kind of reduced it for Black Friday too. We have a Black Friday weekend, and we have a lot of big news for our Cyber Monday too.
So there is more. By the way, yes, that's an important thing. We didn't talk about that at all. You have more. You do have. We've already talked about that on Wednesday. You will be posting the rough cut cover, so that will be added to the Indiegogo.
Yes.
I know you've got a couple of other things. Is there any of them that you can talk about?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I do want to talk about it, but Deborah is probably watching in the kitchen right now, and she'll kill me.
You value your own life, and I'm not far enough away to do it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, so I was driving out this afternoon to go hunting, and I told you this story. I'm on Sunrise Highway out on Long Island, heading out east, and all of a sudden, this SUV, I think it was a Nissan Pathfinder, goes blowing by me at about 120 miles an hour on the shoulder, the right shoulder. Screaming by. What comes following overhead, maybe 200 feet, maybe 300 feet overhead, is a Suffolk County Police Department helicopter.
Jeez.
Right on him. He starts going. You see headlights going on. He's a maniac. I see he goes around. I see the helicopter now turning around. Now all of a sudden more cops. Now highway patrol cops, of which one of my neighbors is one of my buddies. And I'll read the text message. Hang on.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, you can. Oh, big talk. So anywho, I texted him and I asked him if he was let's see, where is he? So I said, saw a wild chase on Sunrise out by Quag this afternoon. The other Suffolk County Police, the Suffolk County Police helicopter was chasing some dude who blew by me on the shoulder doing about 120. And then a chopper came screaming right overhead. Were you involved in that? He's a highway cop, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And did they catch that son of a bitch? And he said, I was there, and yes, we got the S bag. F him. Almost killed 4 cops. Started in Patchogue on River Road. So that chase was about 20 miles.
Holy crow.
Because I was way out east, and he was still going. And they nailed him, though. So good.
That's great.
Bastard. So, all right, guys. Old Bean, I want to say thank you. Everyone who bought our Child is Born special editions. The last of the final 200 of the very first first printing of the Child is Born. Thank you all so much.
And let me say this right now, Billy. Anybody who gets this beautiful little hardcover is going to be thrilled.
Yep.
It's a wonderful package. It's not that not that there was anything wrong with the individual comic, but the hardcover version of it is so nice. And the great thing is you can give it to people who aren't into comics and they will love it.
Yep. Absolutely. I agree. And I'm just so proud of it. And if you guys can, please pledge, please share for Jeff Vaughn's on Kickstarter for McCandless and Company. Was it True Crimes? What's it?
Okay, it's McCandless and Company Crime Stories.
Crime Stories.
Scenes. Sorry, Crime Scenes. I'm mixing up my own title now.
I know. And so if you guys can, it's on Kickstarter. It's on Indiegogo. There's probably there's less than 2 hours left on the Kickstarter. And there's maybe 8 hours left on the Indiegogo.
Something like that.
But Jeff is one of the good guys. He'll give you his shirt off his back. And it's an honor working with you side by side, and for you edit our books along with Jason Odom, Old Cap, and just thank you guys for getting our Christmas book. Let me find it. I'm kind of
and also thank you for supporting Return of the Warrior, which you should have by now, and for Haikyo. Being involved in these, I was a fan since She #1. My first big break in comics was writing Shiakai. And I've written and co-written with Billy over the years. I'm pleased to be the editor on these. And if you can just imagine being a comic fan, breaking into the industry, having a comic that you love, and for 20 years behind the scenes, back and forth, you're sort of involved in it.
Yeah.
If my job ended tomorrow, I'd have a quarter of a century of saying I got to do for a career what I wanted to do for a career. And I'm well aware of what a blessing that is compared to what most people go through in life.
Absolutely.
No, I haven't made a ton of money as a result of my decisions.
Well, hopefully
but
you will.
You know what? We can change that, man.
Everything starts somewhere, Old Bean. And you know what I love about this whole community is, again, it's Band of Brothers was on today on the History Channel. And it's all Currahee, and Currahee is Mount Currahee, where the paratroopers in World War II, they had to run 3 miles up, 3 miles down. It was a small mountain, 3 mile high mountain, not that small. But Currahee, I think it's Choctaw Indian, and it means we stand alone. What I like what the paratroopers did was that the paratroopers took that and said and turned that around, and Currahee is on the flash of the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment, which were the guys that jumped into D-Day, Band of Brothers, all that, and they changed it to "We stand alone together." And this is what I love about this whole community, this whole movement, is that yes, we all do stand alone with our own particular projects. Jeff Scott McCandless and Company on 2 platforms right now. I have the Child is Born on BillyTucci.com, and of course. The She Haikyo campaign, which is running, which you could get to on BillyTucci.com as well. Plus, someone said, "How's Miss Fury going?" Miss Fury's going great. It's on target. Yes, it's a big book. It's 100 pages, so I don't know if it's going to ship in February, but it'll ship in a few months. A few months from there. It is
going to be beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful coming out. But I love that. But again, we all stand alone, but we're together. We all help one another out. We help promote each other's books. We contribute to each other's books. And I just love it. I love this new golden age in independent publishing. I love this golden age of comics, and it's coming from the creators themselves.
And it really is. It is creatively driven. And, you know, most of us, hello, Lord Ravener, most of us know that, you know, it's not going to be the next big thing, but you've got these ideas that you got to get up out of your head, man.
Got to get them out.
And sometimes they catch lightning, sometimes they don't, but you still got to try.
Absolutely. So anyway, Old Bean, on that note, I can smell the food cooking. I will talk to you on the morrow.
Indeed,
guys. You guys are all amazing. Thank each and every one of you. Let me stop the screen.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take us out with Niall's things, but guys, please, if you are a fan of the Pop XP, please pledge, please share. I'll probably come on tomorrow and Sunday. Why not? I'll be here working at the art table. Just say
Do you
hello.
have the camera? Do you have the camera that's set up that you can show?
Yeah, I got it here. I can move it. Yeah, I could.
All right. Yeah, definitely. Because if people see what you're working on now, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of commissions I have to do too. So
then that's even better.
Yep. So guys, thank you all so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Lord Ravener. Good to see you, brother. JC Vaughn, real quick. Do you have a PDF version of Vampire PA?
You know what, Nicholas? I really appreciate you coming on and getting that. I will include a copy of the trade with that for you.
Excellent.
I really appreciate it.
Excellent. All right, guys, everyone, please join me tomorrow. Great to see you all. I hope everyone had a wonderful, healthy, safe, happy Thanksgiving. And now we're coming into the holiday season.
It is time for Christmas cards.
Excellent. Oh God. All right. Not even thinking about that yet. Old Bean, good to see you. Bye, everyone.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Please pledge. Please subscribe to please subscribe to this show if you guys can. Hit the like button. Hit the bell for notifications. And please pledge for Jeff's and mine. Our campaigns right now, currently on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. And if you can't pledge, please share it.
Share the link. There's still time.
Yep. Peace, love, comics. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.